as we'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
They'll run on first down. Done. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brady Jarrett on the stop.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Jackson's pass.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 17 carries, 112 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Justin Matabike busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Ravens send their punter out now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
First down.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
out of the gun, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield.
Complete to Christian McCaffrey. He's forced out.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Falcons 3, Ravens nothing.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
6-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd down.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Gain of 12. First down, Falcons.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 11 yards there. First down. From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
To number 86.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. He's picked off near his own 48. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it, complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throw left side complete. It's done.
Pass
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down, here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Ravens, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try the left side. Done. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up, because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Over 1st and 10.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense.
I don't know what the heck he was doing.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
Herbert's
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And the Falcon first down.
This is McCaffrey. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
First down, Atlanta.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
9-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead now increases to 20-0.
20. Ravens, nothing.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
11 yards there, first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On first down. It's done. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and...
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Lambeau. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey.
Herbert's pass.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A gain of 7. First down.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Christian McCaffrey. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. Quick slant to Brown. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And 10 at the 47.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jackson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Jackson.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards. They just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right